I thought things were really bad in Philadelphia when Joel Embiid said he wasn't going to play in almost 20% of the 82 games this season. Man, this is what his job asks him to do. Then we all knew things were in big trouble when Joel Embiid got in trouble for 3 games for pushing a Philadelphia reporter. Joel Embiid has been banned for 3 games by the NBA for pushing a news person in the locker room after a game on Saturday night in Philadelphia. But what just came out from inside, the Sixers team is making everyone in the NBA shocked, and it's a clear sign that this team might be at a really bad point. Players and coaches included. It was an hour and a half of everyone from all sides saying what they really think. Oh boy. We're really letting it all out. So, what's happening in Philadelphia? Who should we blame for the Sixers' terrible start? And what does it mean for what happens next? Could the Sixers be looking at their worst fear? Or is there still hope that they can turn this thing around and make a real try for the playoffs? After a shocking 2 wins and 11 losses start in Philadelphia, Kyle Lowry started a meeting with both the players and coaches to talk about the Sixers' problems. This wasn't just a normal meeting, it was a moment of really honest truth. The players and coaches talked about what they wanted from each other. The players said they want to be coached harder and to be held responsible for their actions. The coaches fought back by calling out the team's lack of focus and energy during practices. But the real drama came from Tyrese Maxey. Maxey, who's a close friend with Joel Embiid, reportedly stood up and told him, "You're late to everything." He demanded more responsibility from the former MVP, calling out his leadership in front of the whole team. And while Embiid seemed to take the criticism, okay, he also fought back, saying that he's sometimes confused by what the Sixers are trying to do on offense. That right there shows exactly what the Sixers' problems are. There are problems with the leadership, their effort, their focus, and the fact that none of it feels like it's working together. And the problem is this meeting only touches the surface of what's been happening in Philly for many years. The Sixers' current mess isn't something that happened by itself. It's the latest in a long line of mistakes, missed chances, and drama inside the team. Remember the Ben Simmons story? Simmons was supposed to be the perfect teammate for Joel Embiid, a great passer, amazing defender, and someone who can control how fast the game goes. But Ben's refusal to shoot, especially in the 2021 playoffs, became a breaking point. No one can forget Game 7 against the Hawks, where he passed up a wide-open dunk late in the 4th quarter. The game is in your head. That's a dunk for Ben Simmons, right? You got it, and I know I certainly won't forget it until his career is over. The Sixers lost, and Simmons became the team's scapegoat. Can he still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become? Yeah, David. I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. Instead of taking responsibility for some of his mistakes and getting better, Simmons pulled away from the team, demanded a trade, and eventually got sent to Brooklyn for James Harden. Then there's Jimmy Butler. The Sixers traded for Butler in 2018, and for a moment it felt like they found their missing piece. I remember watching Jimmy Butler run the point with Joel Embiid and thought, wow, on the line, thinking 3, Butler for the lead. I never thought they could develop a pick and roll like that. Butler brought a toughness and leadership to the team that nearly carried them to the Eastern Conference Finals. But after the Sixers lost to Kawhi Leonard's buzzer beater, Butler didn't hold back. He publicly criticized the Sixers' lack of accountability, the culture, and left in free agency and went on to do great in Miami. And most recently, there's James Harden. Harden was supposed to lift the Sixers to championship contenders. Harden on the move. What a move to tie the game. And for a while, it looked like he helped Joel Embiid win his first MVP and led the league in assists. But instead, looking back, his time was marked by questions about his fitness, his commitment, and his relationship with the front office. After another disappointing playoff run where they fell short because of injuries or just lack of team chemistry, Harden publicly criticized GM Daryl Morey and demanded a trade. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of, leaving the Sixers scrambling once again. Each of these moments shows the same problems, a revolving door of drama in Philadelphia, a lack of leadership, and a culture that fails to build long-term success. I don't even want to get into how all this information gets publicly leaked. Instead of building on their potential, the Sixers always seem to hit a breaking point now to understand why this is such a big moment. We need to see it from Joel Embiid's point of view for a moment. Last season, Embiid wasn't just playing through injuries, he was dominating. He dropped a 50-point game on one leg while dealing with a knee injury and facial paralysis. This wasn't just a heroic effort, it was historic too. And yet, after the Sixers fell short in the playoffs, the story turned against him again. Fans called him a failure. Some labeled him a dirty player, which he has some dirty plays for sure, and the city seemed to forget everything he'd sacrificed. From Embiid's point of view, that's exhausting. You give it your all only to have it thrown back in your face. I broke my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision. I have broken fingers. I still came back. I've done way too much, for this city. Like that dude, he's not here. Marcus, whatever his name is. I've done way too much for this city to be treated like this. So it's no wonder he seems frustrated, disconnected, and at times checked out this season. But at the same time, isn't that what a franchise player is all about? The pressure comes with the territory. Still, through all the drama, Sixers fans were excited to have Joel Embiid back for his first game on November 13th. But the game was tough to watch. Embiid scored just 13 points on 2 of 11 shooting. That's 18% from the field. He finished with a minus 14 plus or minus and looked visibly hurt by his lingering knee issues, tied at 54. The Knicks lead most ... But the struggles didn't just end there against the Magic on November 15th. Embiid managed to score 20 points, but shot a poor 5 for 15 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3, despite playing significant minutes. Again, he couldn't carry the Sixers to a win. George, that 3 is way off by Embiid with a shot clock ... And then more recently on November 18th against the Heat, it got even worse. Joel played over 30 minutes, but scored just 11 points, going 5 for 11 from the field and only 1 for 3 from 3. This isn't about a load management problem anymore. There's something much deeper going on. There's either a real injury or Joel just doesn't care to play hard. And if Joel can't stay healthy or buy into the team, what hope do the Sixers have to turn this season around? It pains me to even watch him play this year because I know he's not right. I know he's not healthy. 0 free throws. Like, you're telling me he's healthy? 0 free throws. First time since 2008, I think it said. Like, there's just no way that's healthy. So I stand on what I said, that they need to shut him down. But what about the fans? Sixers fans have been through everything, the heartbreak, the rebuild, the hope of the process. For years, they stood by Embiid through injuries and playoff letdowns and his lack of accountability. But eventually, your patience has its limits. Joel Embiid is supposed to be the guy. He's on a max contract. He's an MVP caliber player when he tries, and yet his team has never made it to the Eastern Conference Finals during his time there. Then imagine having your star player saying he's only going to play like 80% of the regular season and every season going forward for fans. That feels like a slap in the face, especially when you've seen stars like Nikola Jokic play over 70 games nearly every year of his career. It's hard not to feel like this is just another chapter in a long story of missed opportunities. This is literally the Sixers' worst nightmare: an unhappy, injured superstar, a fractured locker room, and a team that feels directionless. But the real fear? Joel Embiid could force his way out, and it wouldn't be shocking, would it? In today's NBA, stars hold the keys to their future, and Joel Embiid just signed a massive guaranteed deal. If things continue this way, Embiid might look at other teams. Teams with a stronger foundation or a clearer path to a championship and decide he's better off somewhere else. But it's not a closed book just yet. There are some bright spots in this 2-11 Sixers team that could signal a turnaround. Rookie guard Jared McCain has been a revelation, drafted 16th overall. He's exceeded every expectation so far, averaging 13.5 points per game in under 19 minutes. His standout performance came against the Cavaliers, where he scored 34 points and dished out 10 assists. That's incredible. Paul George, despite battling early season injuries, has shown flashes of brilliance in a recent game against the Knicks. He led the team with 29 points and 10 rebounds, demonstrating his ability to take over games. And before his hamstring injury, Tyrese Maxey was on a tear, averaging 27.6 points per game over his first 7 games. His leadership and scoring ability were evident, and his return could provide the spark the team needs. The Sixers have the talent, they have the time, but do they have